Friends, we're back. We need to clear out this ruin. Undead could be a little tricky. I think it's important I make sure that I take this fight during the day. And that we have Sergeant and the Bannerman in this fight. And even if just because if there are a lot of geists, I'm going to want people on either side of the flanks to be able to raise morale. Because this fight has to go well, get the best group of lads in that we can get. I think Lord Nasty is technically better than David Einart right now. No ammunition? Oh right, I took away his ammo. A little strange. Wait, Lord Nasty, you need... Aha! I think one of the shield breakers we can have set out. Although level 5 Lelouch, his accuracy is pretty damn good. Yeah, he should be able to do work with that pike. Put the Bannerman there. I think Sparrow Force sits out, and Sergeant comes back in. And he was disappointing using just the flail. But I do want him using a crossbow. We're going to need all the ranged shooters we can get. Assuming it's a daytime fight, and assuming there's going to be geists, or other geists, or a necromancer. 45, 135. 45, okay, good. So assuming there's a necromancer, we are going to need to have ranged superiority. So the shield breakers are there. Shield breaker. Lelouch, I haven't taken weapon specialization yet on him. I think he'll only go to the front line once he's like level 11. Attack at dawn, man. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be a mix of Nachters, Fallen Heroes, and Wiedergängers. That's very doable. We'll send the Hawk up though. Excellent. So there is... The main thing is there's no Necromancer. You know what I'm going to actually start doing? I realize I've missed a bit of a trick with my frontline lads. Especially the guys like the Torturers and the Tanks who are shield specialists. I could have actually given them quick hands and then had them throw some throwing weapons as enemies approach. I've kind of discussed that in the past, and I'm sort of like back and forth about it because it's super low chance to hit, and it uses a lot of fatigue, and fatigue is super important for the front line. But what I really want to try is this new build that I have thought up for my two-handed guys. I think I haven't been leveraging the effectiveness of Dodge and Relentless enough. So I'm just wondering for like these two-handed guys, whether between Dodge, Relentless, and maybe even Anticipation. I've never thought of taking Anticipation before on any frontline lads, but it's patently obvious that I can't have the frontline guys using shields when there's enemy archers. I've got to try a couple different builds. I've got to see whether I could justify giving them Anticipation, and then like if there's a bunch of marksmen shooting at Ruskar, would he be able to, between Anticipation and Dodge, have a decent chance of not getting hit? The other option is we do give them the shields, but we give them Adrenaline. And then typically in a fight like this, you'll have raiders that'll stand 2 tiles away and throw weapons at you. You can then move the 2 squares. You'll have 4 AP left, which you can use to switch to your two-handed weapon, and then you use Berserk. Not Berserk, sorry, Adrenaline. So you can attack first on the next turn and hopefully get a couple of stacks of reach advantage. I mean, if you get 4 stacks of reach advantage, that is as much melee defense as you would get from a heater shield. Part of the beauty of this game, there's just so much to try and to experiment and learn from. Hold the line, boys. Anyone here that's got shredded armor, because there's no point in using fatigue on that. Just softening these nerds up. Remember, it's very important that if the bodies are going to drop, they must drop right in this front line. Isn't it amazing how often the crossbows hit, even on someone that doesn't have points in range skill? Hold. Here they come. The whips are amazing against these Nachtiers, aren't they? That's not ideal. But you know what, we'll be fine. We've got a really strong group of lads. Oh, I missed. Unlucky. This is forest. So I'm kind of at the point in the campaign now where I need to try to do as many escort missions as I can. Because we've got decent money on us. And what I'm really hoping for, that we can, through an escort, get a well-supplied city that has an armor smith and or a weaponsmith. And then we can start buying legendary weapons. And armor, of course. Couple targets that actually need to be disarmed. I think we disarmed that one. And that lad's gonna struggle to hit critical away though. Big damage, boys. Is that remembered reading? No, actually, this is a ruin I'm investigating. I'm following a tip for a legendary weapon. I hope it's gonna be in here. We just got through the undead crisis. Sorry, not undead, greenskin. So the undead crisis is next, and you know what? It could actually be pretty close. I mean, we're 260 days in. The last crisis ended at around day, I don't know, 240. So we're probably not due for another late game just yet. I love that two-handed mace, it's so good. Should have gone to my sword there for Lodorak. Come on, throwing lads, seriously. God, I love that Warhammer. Dodging critically. And now I think we step forward. Well, the two-handers were always my favorite. build I would used to always go for is just hedge knights on the front line, but that's not viable anymore given the change to quick hands. But I've been surprised how effective the light armor lads actually can be. I mean, these two guys here, who are my two best tanks I've ever had, are actually light armor users. They are nimble, yes. Yeah. And then some of them have dodge as well. But a lot of the guys don't have the initiative for it. So for a bunch of my tank guys, I have like suboptimal builds because I was hoping to still make the quick hands build viable, but it hasn't worked out at all. I've got to replace a few lads. You're right blocking. So George Warhammer I think has 65 melee defense and Kritikoi has 70 melee defense. Amazing. I've always been down on the damage that you get out of these spears, all the spears, even the fighting spear. But when you have 70 defense, that's so good. He's able to just lock down one whole half of the battlefield, or like, you know, that whole flank. Nothing gets past him. It's amazing. Sergeant is a disappointment though. Yeah, and his 70 defense becomes almost 80 when he becomes confident. He's wavering now, so 63. Yeah, that removes wavering, so 70 melee defense. When he's confident, it's 77. I actually don't want to move Lodorak in here now to melee defense, melee range. He doesn't have the defense to do it. And so my two flank holding spear tanks are lads who have been around pretty much since day one. And my intention with them was just to be bodies until I could end up hiring some superstars. But they've turned out to be the surprise superstars of the campaign, and I'm actually keeping them to just hold down the flanks. Super effective. They should have given the lad throwing weapons. Oh, come on. Owie. That round swing actually hit Kritikoi and my mace user. They're going to disarm that lad. He's dangerous. Down you go, big boy. Thunk. Whipped to death. Get owned. Pretty disappointing haul, but it's another two-handed axe. Which is going to be useful for shred hunting. 12 Creeper Jack. Melee skill always. Some range defense. And we'll get his resolve to an even 50. I'll leave it there. What's the count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's enough great axes now. We're out of food. We might as well stop here and fight these dudes. Reavers and Chosen. We out of tools by any chance? We are. Okay. Hey, fuck, it's dark. It's a starving. Ah, it's cheap. 960, that's below cost. Why the hell isn't one of my lads wearing that? 46 is actually the lowest resolve on the front line. What's up, Ruffle? Where's my other torturer? He is busy leveling, I think. Yeah. Pretty soon we'll have 2. I can't wait. I think let's head south. I mean, this house is annoyed with us. There's only 2 cities up north here that wants to work with us. We'll pop in at Sommersborg and see if we can't get a delivery mission. Some Reavers and a single Chosen. Yeah, we'll take that on. I believe it's the Reavers that give you the barbarian throwing weapons, and we need loads of them. Archers, you can kind of sit this one out. You don't need to spend anything. Right shot. Silius Sodus is the mace lad. You'll step in on the next turn. The Loosh. Just a pikeman. For now. Not too much damage there. Don't know what that means, like yours. I love the fact that Chosen has to just punch. Summon for one more turn. I'm just starting to understand how OP it would be if you're able to get an entire group of torturers, all of them using whips. Especially with this background. I mean, you could, you know, disarm your entire group of enemies. Oh, you lucky fuck. Crunch. Why is that so satisfying? Oh, dodgy. Deet. Well, the only invasion left would be undead invasion. But we should have like another month or two before the next invasion pops. I mean, we're coming up on day 270, and the last invasion ended around 240, so probably at least another month before the third and final invasion, which would be undead. Ooh, 1100, that's nice. I don't need any of these attachments. These ones obviously I need. Elmer's necklace we can sell because Elmer is gone. I need that. Actually, I'm gonna sell that. That's a shit shield anyway. It's super heavy. I do need the Malcoif though. Emma, let's go for tools, we'll go for food. Helmets need painting. I think we should go for solid red on everybody. Ah yes, our next big expense is going to be another warbow for Rymar, the other archer. Right, what you got for us? Greenskin Horde is terrorizing. Easy. Free People's Hideouts. Snow to the west. Place called Free People's Hideouts. Aha! Cellar helmet. It's a little expensive though, but I need it. Is it going to be cheaper when I do this mission? No. That's a lot more than I wanted to pay. Weapons wise, there's nothing desperately that we need or are looking for. That level 5. Okay, we'll pay him then to be leveled up. Power leveled our second torturer. The rolling green screens allowed a whole slug.
My liege. Good tonight. Will you come with me to Camelot?
A reminder, Redling, thanks for subscribing, my man. Welcome to Camelot. 'Tis a silly place. And Babs for Dylan, or Dabs for Dylan. Thanks, buddy. I'm glad to hear you enjoying the YouTube content. Actually, at the end of my last Battle Brothers stream, I said that I was going to take a little break, but then I started working on my beginner's guide to Battle Brothers, and honestly, that has re-energized me with playing Battle Brothers. Oh, lads are just busy having a brawl. Who sprained their ankle? Okay, the shield breaker, that's fine. But I think we'll do an hour of Battle Brothers now, and then I need to relaunch that human team in Blood Bowl. Only a model. Shh. Where are these fucking greenskins? Yeah, you Reavers are lucky. We're not in barbarian hunting mode right now. We're in greenskin hunting mode. Oh no, it's goblins. Puke. Ambusher, skirmishers, and overseer. 2 to 3 shamans. Holy shit. Okay, we're gonna have to pull that into some reinforcements. Star sector. I can't say that I have. The name half rings a bell. Is it like Elite Dangerous? Yeah, goblins are just a bummer to fight. Who is that? Don't know. We need to find some soldiers. The barbarians will do. Yeah, they don't want none of this either. That is Reavers and Chosen. Come on, goblins. I worry that the goblins won't ever catch those barbarians, though. The goblins are moving too slowly. The worst thing about that group is the few goblin shaman. Now, if Rymar and Chris Oakenshield were level 11, I'd feel much better about this, because then we could pretty confidently pick off those goblins from a distance. I'll take a look. Honestly, I constantly have that issue of too many games that need to be played. Okay, this could be a hell of a three-way brawl. 4 to 6 thralls, 4 to 6 reavers, a barbarian chosen, a few barbarian beastmasters, a few armored unholds. This is going to be one hell of a battle. For this, we unquestionably need the best of the best, and that would include Sparrow 4. Action points per tile moved, though, that's very much a problem. We'll leave out Elendarion and we'll put Eric the Red back in. Because it's gonna be super important that we're able to move around. The only ranged guys are those little goblins, and they shouldn't be that much of a threat. It's a cool Space Sim sandbox game, top-down game. I'll have to check it out, but I'm so nervous about even starting up another game because I have far too many games that I'm playing. Let's see what the EHP does between the padded kettle and the Saleh helmet. So 298, the 312. See, I knew the Salehs were going to be the way to go. But they're just so expensive and hard to get our hands on. Well, we've got to keep trying, I suppose. Who's the next most important person here? It'll be Ruskar. This is a scary fight. Do we go with kite shields all the way? I don't think so. Range defense 20. Any of you shield expert lads have quick hands? Yeah, Trevor Belmont does. Ruskar, I think, needs to start with the kite shield. We don't need that. Actually, antidote's going to be fairly important. And then bandages. Actually, none of these enemies are going to need to be daggered down. I'm just procrastinating now because this is a scary fight. But if we can play this right, the barbarians should help us take on the goblin raiders. Let me just make a little note here because I need to include this in my guide. So it's around the 30-minute mark. Wait, so 3-way. This is episode 54. At the 29:40 mark. Okay, so here's a good example of how we are contracted to take on a very big group. One that we could beat ourselves, but it would be a bit of a bummer to just fight them ourselves because It's going to be super hard to take them on. Now, these barbarians are also aggressive, and either one of these groups alone, one-on-one, could be quite tough. But I believe that if we can engage them together, it should make things a little easier for us. Okay. I'm assuming, of course, that the barbarians and the gobos are not going to be allied. The standard procedure when initiating a three-way fight like this is to immediately move 2 squares back and 2 squares down. You want to move down to this corner of the screen. Because one group of enemies normally starts at the east, and the other one starts at the north. 1, 2, 1, 2, that's obstructed. Incidentally, this is the first time we are fighting against these unhold. Okay, so... Just scary. Let's not start talking about my failings just yet.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Let's see how this goes. Great shot, Silius Sodus. The old crossbow to the face. It's quite satisfying to be able to do it to an enemy rather than have it being done to me. It does not, Dobbs. This is the Peasant Militia background. So I don't think it increases enemy group size, no. Oh look, the goblins didn't actually form part of this fight. That's interesting. Equal parts interesting and irritating. That really complicates things. Come on, lads, not good enough. Oh, in the throat. Ripped ear, rather. Let's not spear wall. We'll welcome them in. Oh, so close. Is this the best music track in the whole game? I think it probably is. This barbarian music is so good. I've got to give Chris Oaken shields and throwing weapons. Pronto. Only 18%. Hurt the red. Chop chop. Ah. Hold the line, lads, here they come. Done. It's a pretty interesting mix of lads that we're fighting here. That barbarian chosen needs to be disarmed. That's an issue. Get him, lads. Probably should have taunted there. We just randomly got an achievement. Friend or foe? Have an armored unhold turn wild. Which one turned wild? Okay. I assume it just got itself out of range of its keeper. Good blocking, lads. Ah, crunch. What did he drop? He dropped a heart. Tactically, it's a little interesting because really all I feel that I need to do is just... I didn't feel like necessary going after the Beastmasters. I mean, if I had a different team composition, if I had more archers, dedicated archers, that would make more sense trying to target them early on. But we have enough firepower on the front line that we can just chop straight through the unhold. Oh, fuck off. Didn't get a chance to disarm him. There's a cut artery there on Ruskar. Actually, that was silly. Should not have done that. Okay, can we treat Ruskar? Fuck, that's annoying. Now I've got to fight against some greenskins without Ruskar because he's got to sit out for the next fight. Got bandages. Okay, so that one's wild now, and then the barbarian just buggers off. Yeah, you better run. Who's got fucking bandages? Caber Beast, but he's in melee combat. Someone here's got to have bandages. Come on. One more hit. Nicely done. Okay, this complicates things. Now we have to pull those goblins either into a ruin or into some soldiers, ideally. Fighting the barbarians is hardly worth it. Other than their throwing weapons, their gear is just inferior. See, Ruskar has to sit out now, although he's got 60 of 77 hit points. Who else took body armor damage? Very little body armor damage taken. He was the only one. Hatred. I don't remember. What's the command supposed to say? I don't recall the hatred one. See if we can't pull these goblins into this makeshift barbarian camp. Come on, gobbos. Disgusting fucking things. Oh, I hate them. One of my least favorite enemy types. Okay, quick check. Weapons check. Oscar, do you really need the kite shield? I think so. He's the most likely to get hit with arrows, although 20 and 23 is really low. Nope, fuck it. Don't even bother. But you do bother, yeah. Ah, yes. Hate. Okay, friends, here we go. Three-way Royal Rumble. Goblins, ambushers, skirmishers, an overseer, 3 shamans, wolf riders, reavers, chosen. Look. Oh. I was just about to say let's get ready to rumble, but looks like it hasn't pulled them in. It's right on top of. Has this been patched out? Has that been patched? I'm super confused. When we attacked them right on top of the enemy city, that's worked for me plenty times in the past. Well, there's nothing we can do now. Fucking hell. This is a dangerous situation now. Well, let's just try to blast through their front line as quick as we can. I mean, shooting at these little fucks is kind of pointless. 29%, 61%. Can I stab up the hill? I cannot. Silius Sodus will do that. This Forrest the Roman, I need him swinging his mace. Can't get up to the height he needs to. It's wonderful that they chose to charge towards me though, that really helps. If they just stood back and cast this vines bullshit and just peppered us with their ambushes, it's been very unpleasant. Some crucial misses. That's gonna be an issue. I think release the hounds on everybody. Lelouch, use your pike. Well done, Creeper Jack. Forrest the Roman. Ah, oh, unlucky. All those hit chances. 277s. We're gonna start getting poison affecting us now because the lads are gonna get their armor damaged enough that it'll be hit point damage and then they're gonna be poisoned. The quicker we can kill the overseer and the shaman, the better. That overseer with his crossbow is a real threat, especially to these 3 lads here. And of course, the vines and the nets are as annoying as hot piss. Now Chris Oakenshield's got to stay well away here. Run up to the high ground. Problem is he's 1 or 2 arrows away from dying. Yes! Oh, come on with the throwing weapons. Crunch. Should I have broken his shield there? That shield's only making 10 melee difference anyway. Good dog. Live. Live, Vog. I want to get my hands on that fuck. One class we haven't been able to get our hands on or been able to build is the Swordmaster, and a Swordmaster is actually pretty useful in these situations because if you can get someone to like that square, he can then lunge forward, hit the enemy in the other square. 7% chance. That's so devastating, the melee skill. Yeah, boys. That's actually pretty fucking suicidal because that thing will just whip out his little dagger. Giving a ambusher or a skirmisher a height advantage is a recipe for death. Oh, best bet here. I want to try to close in on that Goblin Shaman. The lad's getting exhausted now. Shit. I love the sounds that the goblins make though. Oh nah! Gee. 22%. Yeah, right shot. Maced. Okay, boys, we're almost closing in. Lord Nasty does have to move, though. Fucking vines! Just keep charging. Oh, right in the chest. Indeed, Delmar. That Skaven match, oh, we had such rough rolls. The dice were not in our favor. Will not show them mercy. These are disgusting little goblins. Oh, I hate them. Well, we played game 1 of our humans, but I wasn't able to make it public on YouTube because of all of the copyright infringement notices. Every single one of those hip-hop tracks we played got claimed. And there was like 14 claims on the video. So we're gonna finish this episode here, and then we'll start re-recording that human team. Great shot, Kasoken Shield. And now hopefully he can't cast his spells now. Great shot. So how long does this shit last? It lasts 3 more turns. Crunch. Anyway, I think, yeah, keep running around. Happily, we're at the stage of the campaign and we're strong enough with most of our lads where we're at the point where we can, for the most part, ignore the ambushes. They struggle to get through our armor. We just run at them. Now it's important that the Overseer doesn't get away. I want that crossbow. Yes! Have any dogs left? We do. We'll have to release them on the next turn. Indeed, Delmar. Most of the time. It's funny, when I fight against the Wolf Riders, if they're by themselves, they're really not much of a threat. They'd be much more dangerous if they chose to hit your lines all at once, but they tend to try to encircle you in a bullhorn formation. And that means you can just deal with them as they approach you. Quite slowly, actually. Right, biter. Get him! No, wrong one. Do not let that fuck get away. A bunch of lads who would love to use that crossbow. No, he's gonna get away, I think. Ah! Good, glad those missed. I'd have been pissed if those had hit. Well done, lads. Oof. That was the one shot we took from that Overseer's crossbow. It's a pity that it didn't... Or maybe it's just the barbarian camps that you can't lead enemies into. Because I know I've had it working with other types of camps and ruins. Must be a barbarians only thing. Any level ups after that? Nope. Let's get out of the north. The north is no good for us anymore. 17 dire wolves. That would be great to get some of those armor attachments, but All the armor we have has plenty of attachments. No problems there. Oh, fuck, what is this now? The Subnautica is it's an expansion. It's an expansion pack, isn't it? I've seen it's out, but it's still in early access. I kind of want to wait till it's out, but maybe I should do it sooner rather than later because Phoenix Point is out in September, and that's going to be a major focus of my channel. Assuming, of course, it's not complete arse, and I'm hoping it's not going to be a terrible game. And then they've got Vampire the Masquerade 2 also coming out pretty soon after that. Are these all frenzied, or most of them are frenzied? That it? That's it. Yeah, these we were able to protect the flanks with our spears, so that's pretty big. So you're talking about the Arctic one? Yeah. So Dom, I think what we'll do is I'll wait for one of you lads, one of my viewers, to check it out and let me know once it's in a state where you think it's worth doing a playthrough. Because we loved the first Subnautica. It was so good. Playing as Scuba Stobbie, it was a lot of fun. You reckon it's better to wait for a bit? Nice, good hits, Caber. He plays a lady. Look at Lelouch, he's got real potential. I mean, I know he's confident, but 18 melee skill at level 5. Very good. Look again, Glewin, and I'm pretty sure actually I can make it. Let me make it public right now. But speaking of the hip hop playlist, that game I recorded last night, we're gonna have to do again because there were so many copyright claims on my video that I couldn't even make it public. Hip hop favorites, edit. I'll mark it as unprivate. There you go, public. Save. Cool, check it out now, Glewin. It should be public now. I remember that. I'm almost drowning, yeah. That little quick inflation device thing saved my ass a bunch of times. Speaking of Subnautica, I really wish that Day 9 could get back into it. Because Day 9 playing Subnautica was so much fun, because he's such a pussy. He gets scared so quickly and easily. Like, I mean, yes, it's a scary game, but come on, it's not that scary. Yeah, direwolf slaughter. Fucking get him. We just take a moment to appreciate how deadly the 13th Legion has become. Oh. What are you saying now? Is the game sound a bit loud right now? Let's check. Levels look like I'm 5 decibels above game sound. Maybe it's just the music gets a bit loud. Getting the audio right is easily the most difficult part of streaming and making videos. And it makes me so jealous when I see and hear streamers that have buttery smooth setups. Because now I can kind of appreciate how difficult it is. What do you mean, duck yours? I mean, the volume of the person listening to it makes no difference to me. As long as my levels are right, then the viewer can put it as loud or as soft as they want. Ah, right. What's up, Alexander? See, there's one little direwolf we allowed to escape. We just fought off a group of ravenous direwolves. That was impressive. Well done, lads. And 5 pelts. I don't think I'm even going to turn those pelts into an armor attachment. I don't think I need to. Okay, so tools are a challenge as always. I don't think I need any of these goblin weapons. We'll hang on to all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to be shred hunting experts. 8, 9. There's even spare fighting axes. Let's get out of here. The north has become unwelcoming to us. None of those. I mean, I could start buying up rondels, but I don't think it's really worth spending the money on. I'm going to start picking up heater shields whenever I can. Well, 7, 8, and 9. Excellent. Okay, that's been an hour. Take a little break.